joining us from New York City is one of the best lawyers in town. His name is Arthur Aidala. I mispronounced it last time. Aidala.
Aidala. Aidala. Like an dollar
Aidala.
bill.
Like dollar
Attaboy.
bill, of which you charge many. Okay, I got it. All right, let's run them down. Trump case. Would you have filed this case? Would you have signed on to that case?
Uh, Here's the truth. You want to talk about money? Most of those cases you take on as a lawyer on a contingency fee. So you
Right.
say, I'm only going to get paid if I win. I would not take that case on a contingency fee because I think you're correct. I don't think they're going to win. How during the discovery process, they may be able to get that transcript as part of evidence, as part of the discovery process. And unless CBS is successful in putting some sort of a gag order on that evidence, some sort of, it's called a protective order, Trump could then release it and achieve the goal that he may want to achieve. They may actually dismiss the case after that. Okay, we got what we want, we're done. But as a lawyer, you better make sure you're getting paid up front because, as you said, Mr. O'Reilly, the First Amendment gives a lot of protections to the press, as it should. So I don't think ultimately he would be successful, even though they went to a venue where they knew the case was going to a judge that would be sympathetic to President Trump based on his political leanings
Sure.
and the fact that
But
Trump
you
appointed.
said they might be able to get the transcript. They'd have to be able to get it because
Yes.
that's the crux of the case. The judge couldn't deny Trump's lawyers the opportunity to see what the case hinges on. That would be impossible, right?
Unless they won a motion, a summary judgment motion to
All
dismiss.
right,
So
that's a whole different thing. If they got the case thrown out, and they filed last week to get the case thrown out, do you think
right.
it's going to get thrown out?
It's a close call. I mean, most cases are not a close call, but it is a close call because the First Amendment it really safeguards the media from being bullied
I don't
or
think it's going
really.
to get thrown out. I don't think the conservative judge in Texas is going to throw it out. No. And
Not
if he
only they
doesn't
they
throw
throw
it
it out.
out, CBS can't appeal that ruling. That it has to go forward then, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, they're also asking for it to be moved to New York, the venue where CBS is located, and they may not get that either. So if it
Yeah,
does stay where it is,
why would a conservative judge be sympathetic to CBS?
right,
They're not. It's like the Florida judge in the Mar-a-Lago case was sympathetic, thought it was an overreach by the Biden administration to go after Trump like that. Okay, let's get to the shooting of the CEO, the United Healthcare CEO. So far, I think the authorities have handled it very well. From the Pennsylvanians who got the guy, and then the New York cops went out, they got him here. Evidence is overwhelming. If you were the defense attorney, you'd be up against it, correct?
yes, I would definitely be up against it, and but this is where you have to get creative. I just want to go back to the police work because I did speak to Chief of Patrol John Shell yesterday, and he wanted to make sure that citizens got credit that they deserve. This was a lot of old-fashioned police work getting his picture out there, but then the citizens were the ones who really helped. But the cops were they were on the verge of getting his DNA. They were on the verge of getting his fingerprints from the cell phone. His DNA was from a bottle that he dropped at Starbucks that they saw, and they were able to get that bottle. So he was, on his way to being in some big trouble. Bill, in terms of a defense like this, where he has a written confession on him, a lot of the job of the defense attorney, any defense attorney, is to make sure everyone plays by the rules. All of his rights are observed and maintained and stood up for. And then you write a book on his life, and apparently he had a bad operation that affected him. And you hope maybe the prosecutor says, all right, as opposed to 25 to life, which is what you're going to get after trial, we'll give you 23 to life to save us the money, time, effort, and energy.
Two years? Nah. I don't think this
What are you
guy's
going
ever
to do?
going to get out. I don't think he's ever going to get out because it was so blatant and such a horror. A message has to be sent. But I understand you're trying to mitigate the sentence to some degree. Hopefully,
Exactly.
the guy can rehabilitate himself. I might even go for insanity on this guy. He's pretty out there. So maybe if I'm the defense attorney, I'm saying He doesn't know what he's doing. That doesn't work very much, though, right?
It does not. It very rarely works. And
Yeah.
the other thing people brought up is there's an excuse called extreme emotional disturbance that takes murder down to manslaughter, so you
Manslaughter.
can get out.
Not going
It's
to
a
make that.
definitive sentence.
Right.
But
He,
yeah,
wa-
that
he
has
was
that's a
he was
passion.
in the videotape. He's just too cool about what he's doing and all that. He's not agitated.
Meditated. It's
Right.
very, very planned and premeditated.
All right. So Arthur Penny, then we go into the last case that we're talking about here. I predicted this. It wasn't a hard prediction. I still have faith, even though it's New York City and the folks, that they reasonable doubt all over the place. But the key question is the district attorney in Manhattan, Alvin Bragg, a George Soros progressive, okay? He knew there was reasonable doubt all over the place because the police had interviewed the people riding in the subway car. Bragg had all of that information in front of him. He knew that his odds of getting a conviction were low, and he did it anyway. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong, but you showed that clip of the angry supporters of the deceased here, and that's the constituency that obviously Alvin Bragg was trying to
But that's
please.
political. That's not justice.
Well, Bill, unfortunately, the days of Frank Hogan, the Manhattan District Attorney, and Bob Morgenthau, where politics was not supposed to play a role, are gone way out the window.
All right.
And these
Any
decisions
chance Hochul removes Bragg now? Fires Bragg? No
Are
chance.
you kidding me? She's afraid of her own shadow. She's going to take down the first
Well,
African American district attorney in Manhattan.
her approval rating's 35%. Her approval rating's 35%. And after the congestion parking, it's going to be 25.
She does not have the intestinal fortitude to do so. What's insane to me, Bill, is people out there are trying to compare the crime that this Luigi kid did to what Daniel Penny did. And that really gets me upset. It's ridiculous.
But again, that's just loons. I mean, I don't even bother. All right, counselor, it's always good to talk with you. You can listen to Arthur on his own radio show, the Arthur Aidala, as in money, Power Hour on AM 97, The Answer in New York. So have a nice Christmas, and thanks for helping us out. Really appreciate it, Arthur. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks for all you do for our country. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on X. Look for @Bill O'Reilly.